Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about questions. Now, this might seem trivial and you might say, okay, Kia, why are you so excited? I'll tell you I'm so excited. The reason I'm so excited is because this video could change your life, and I don't say that lightly. I actually mean it. If you take these concepts, you take these questions, and you ask yourself these questions seriously, whether that's pen and pad, whether that's on a notebook on your phone, if you don't just think about this as another YouTube video you're watching a couple times, the questions that I'm about to share with you have completely changed the trajectory of my life. And I mean that. So we're gonna jump into it. You'll find the timestamps down below for the different times, the different questions, and I'll share a brief story with my experience with each of these. So without further ado, let's jump into why questions are important. I want to start this off by saying that these are questions that I have gathered over time from podcasts, from videos, books, different people that I borrowed these ideas from and then put my own Kia spin on it. And what I found is that questions are more important than advice or more than listicles. I can tell you, here are my biggest pieces of advice. And yes, I have those videos too. I think those are helpful. But the reason why I think questions are even more powerful than advice, than gems, than sayings that you've heard time and time before is because they're adaptable. This means that these change depending on the situation. These aren't conditional that it's only one thing and this is the only thing that it means. For example, you'll hear this a lot if you read books and it's one of those things you bump up against. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I can see some instances in which that's the case. I can see others in which it's not. I was not a great employee depending on what the company was. There are other avenues that I pursued when I really busted my butt. And so that doesn't apply to everyone all the time. The great thing about questions is I don't have to know you. I don't have to be in your life. I don't need to know anything about you because you know you best. So to me, questions are way more important than any actual advice that I can give you. So I hope that I can provide these for you as a tool, and then you can take these and make do with them as you will. So here's question number one. This is from a guy named Grenien. I believe that's his last name. His book called Effortless. And the question is, if you're thinking about starting a business or something, a lot of times we feel like we have to reverse engineer. Like we need a name, we need a logo, who are the customers? I need an ideal customer avatar. What if it's a physical product business, or can I create courses, right? We start to go down this line of thinking, that's the perfect example, rather than thinking, what would this look like if it were effortless? What would this look like if it were easy? So one example in my own life, how this applies is blogging or writing or providing things online. When I wanted to start blogging, I started to go down this rabbit hole and I said, okay, so if I want to start blogging online, I need a website. So if I need a website, that means I need to build it. So then I Google, what's the best website builder, WordPress or Squarespace? And I start going down, I spend hours going through, and then what kind of template do I have? And I'm dabbling with those rather than saying, what would this look like? I say, okay, Kia, hold up. So when I thought to myself, okay, what would this look like if it were easy? Medium, Substack. How about I just put words out there, period? I don't have to build anything yet. And I think this, for me, it just often when I think of the most extreme version of the scenario, rather than what would this look like if it were easy? It might not be your quality standards, but a lot of times when we're just starting out, it doesn't have to be perfect or quality or anything like that. So whenever you get into any sort of a situation and something you feel like you're, oh my God, this is really overwhelming, what would it look like if it were easy? Question number two. For me, I've said I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to headline Madison Square Garden for a long time. That was my dream for the last 13, 14 years, was to take over the music game, do my thing as an independent artist. But when I looked at my actions, yes, I was making a lot of music. I learned how to make beats, I learned how to write songs, I learned how to mix and master my own vocals, but I wasn't doing any marketing. I was doing a song a day challenge, I was making all the music, but there's a piece to being a rock star that's much more than just music, right? It's a career, and that's marketing, that's interviews, that's promos, that's touring. I was doing none of those things. And so when I really dialed into it, my words was what I was saying I wanted to do was not aligning with my actions at all. And so what I'm saying is not actually what I want to do, or what I'm saying I want to do might not actually be as important to me as I think it is. And that's what happened with the music stuff. So I love that question. How are your actions aligning with what you're actually saying that you want to do? Number three, this one is absolutely huge. This is one of my favorites, and I talk about this all the time with goal setting. I stole this from Cal Newport. He talks a lot about lifestyle design. Tim Ferriss. This is just a belief that I hold near and dear to my heart, and that is we're all playing a game of one sort of another. No matter whether you want to admit it or not, you're playing some sort of a game. And so being intentional about how do I actually want to spend my time? What do my days look like? When I thought about being a rock star, it doesn't align with how I want to actually spend my time. I like to spend my time, I like to wake up, I like to work out, I like to write or make music or do something creative for the morning. I like to eat lunch, have another creative block. If you want to be a rock star, right, your lifestyle isn't going to be necessarily conducive to like reading books by candlelight. And so I think that there's something about this one to me that I really have to dig deep often into myself and my psyche and say, how do I balance my ambition with things I want to do, prestige, recognition, and how do I actually balance that with some sort of a realistic lifestyle that I actually want to live and pursue, so that way I'm not wasting my time spinning my wheels, chasing a career, chasing opportunities, trying to play another game that's not actually my game. If I don't care that much about being famous, why am I trying to be a rock star? I mean, still, I'm trying to get recognition. I'm here on YouTube. I'm not here just for 0 subscribers. But my point is that you want to be very conscious about how you actually like to spend your time, if that's cohesive and if that's coherent with whatever goal it is that you're pursuing. Moving right along, yeah, we moving, let's get it. How is the environment that you're in either helping you support or hindering you from reaching your goals? An easy one for this one is thinking about weight loss goals, fat loss goals. Are you still buying cookies? Are they out on the counter and easy to reach? Are they in the fridge where you see them every time you open up the fridge? For me, so much of weight loss, physical fitness, all that is like really in small habits. And one, either not buying it, two, not making it easy to reach. I love chocolate. I absolutely love chocolate. If I don't have my chocolate out or somewhere easy to see, I forget about it, to be honest, and then I'll eat it once in a blue moon when I'm really craving it. If I leave the chocolate out, if it's on the fridge or on the counter or easy to see, I'm probably gonna eat chocolate every day. Creating an environment that assists you or hinders you can really make or break whatever this goal is that you want to do. I'm not saying with physical and weight loss stuff, but it's really about those small things, setting yourself up for success. And a lot of times, if we don't have to rely on willpower, if we don't have to really make a big conceited effort to try to do something, if you can set up your environment to do 90% of the heavy lifting for you, the rest is gonna fall into place. Last but certainly not least, I'm gonna do an entire video on just this question. That's how important this question is to me, but I'm gonna give you a little teaser just so you have a little something to hold on to, and that is, how is the worst thing that has ever happened to me actually the best thing that has ever happened to me? This question alone saves my sanity. And I know this is gonna be extreme and this sounds crazy. This might not work for everybody, but for most folks, if you seriously think about this question and you give your mind a chance to kind of expand, for me, it was a real game changer in feeling grateful for a lot of the difficulties that I've had in my life, because it helped me realize how much those difficulties or how much those periods of pain and struggle have actually been some of the biggest lessons and places for me to grow that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And so that's just a little taste, a little teaser for what's to come. But I hope that those questions were helpful. Again, put some real time and effort into these. I swear to you, these questions could change your life. I do not say that lightly. Thanks so much for tuning in. If any of these do resonate with you, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, smash all the buttons, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.